Here is what I'm currently concentrating on in the SEO space. Actually, just generally in the lead gen space, so providing meaningful leads to my client campaigns, mostly in the local space. Another month, another Google algorithm update, and I feel like every single rollout, we're going back to the basics. Google and the search engines and AI overviews are picking sites with clear, basic, keyword-centric URL structures. So having the keyword in the permalink, having the keyword in the SEO title and the meta description. In other words, like removing all of the fluff and making it very clear to the Google gods and the search engine gods and the AI gods that you do what you do. It's actually quite sad to see that a lot of my lead gen sites, call them rank and rent properties that are essentially fake. I pick up a domain, tree removal plus suburb, dentist plus suburb, and now look, these domains I've now had for a number of years, and I actively progress about 800 of them, and then I have 100 and so other domains which I pay closer attention to on a week by week basis. So I've got quite a few domains that I play around with, and obviously much more careful with client campaigns. But so a lot of data that I can see things moving up and moving down. And it's been interesting to see sites that I've left marinating. We update them once a quarter with new couple of links here and there. Like when you have 800 sites, it gets quite costly to first of all maintain them, keep them up to date, license everything, plugins and things like that, let alone create meaningful direction for those sites. Hulse, come here. There's a big doggy coming up. But it gives me data to play with, and it's sad when a site that deserves to be at the top with powerful backlinks, with multi-year SEO campaigns take a hit, and a site with minimal effort, my sites as well, just take position 1 and 2 just because it's an exact match domain. So if I was to name one thing that works really well, like a tactic, a cheesy tactic, it's that exact match domains. Still, they've always worked. It's just I'm just seeing them just pop to the top of Google. With time, you still need to build out that site. You still need to build out a topical list of services and prove topical authority with blogs. You still need the basic backlinks. You still need the citations. You still need to prove to Google that you're somewhat of a legitimate brand and for a lead gen site. But it's sad to see those lead gen sites skyrocket to the top of Google, hog those first positions when there are legitimate businesses in those suburbs. So if you're in the lead gen space, rank and rent space, you want to get into SEO as a game, it's very sensible right now to be picking up exact match domains, 1, 2, 3, 4, build them out, see how they marinate. I'm still building out every month. I seem to be picking up 5, 10 domains, which I commit to. I build them out and I use them to push additional SEO juice my way. It's interesting, those domains actually help me influence ChatGPT and AI decisions. So if I have, let's say, 15 sites in the accounting space, and these sites are essentially pushing leads to certain accountants, but then those sites actually clearly state that such and such is the best accountant in suburb or city, ChatGPT just takes my sites as gospel and just quotes it. I had this boxing website less than 3 months old. On the homepage, I just literally wrote such and such is the best boxing gym in Melbourne, and bang, it's just straight up quoting it. So no doubt these dates are numbered, and every month, every ChatGPT update, not to mention every Google update, these are the kind of things that they can't let continue because people like me can manipulate the results. But that's what I'm seeing right now. But what is that? If you lift the hood, that's just a backlink, a mention on another website. It's like a trust of confidence between two sites. And Google and at the moment the AI gods are paying more attention to it. Basic and standard SEO, on-page SEO, off-page SEO is working better than ever before. Should you diversify your lead and traffic sources? Absolutely. As someone that actively runs quite a lot of Google ads and Facebook ads right now, I always have had an omnipresent way of doing marketing, and that I didn't like to rely on one source of leads, because Google makes a change, Zuckerberg makes a change, and all of a sudden conversion tracking disappears from iPhone devices and stuff like that. So all of my campaigns are still very much omnipresent. In fact, more than ever before, I'm even firing up ads for spaces where I normally wouldn't, but like a reactive marketing space where someone is looking for that locksmith or looking for that local electrician, you're seeing me allocate a little bit of budget from the Google ad into a very basic local Facebook ad, especially if you're in one of those suburbs where highly residential, covers a big geo area, and you've got a nice van with signage. People are familiar with your van. Even just yesterday, $8 was the phone call, an inquiry from a Facebook ad, someone in a local suburb that is, I would imagine by now, a lot of people know this particular van, drives around, very nice yellow color, happy face. Moral of the story right now, because it's the Wild West with Google, SEO is working better than ever before. It's just every month there's something new that comes to the equation, and someone that's been doing this for a long time simply has more data to play with and more assets to relocate and knowledge of what to do and what this actually means, and let alone not to react. And I think that's the key. Don't react. A lot of people jump to doing something, and that doing something just simply tells Google, hey, an SEO is behind this website and they're trying to game the algo, which is essentially what I'm doing. But when something rolls out, give it time, let it marinate. There's an August algorithm update, and I can see what sites go up and what sites don't. And that's part of the game, is understanding when a site goes down, what are they doing different to the sites that go up, and sometimes there's a lot of outliers. But I'm finding I'm spending a lot of time with clients, as always, on their brand founder's journey. EEAT signals are just so vital right now, juicing up About Us pages quite heavily. I'm toying with dedicated LLM info pages, like about the company information, because what I'm finding is with AI search engines is you want to make sure that they just have accurate, up-to-date information about your business. And that just means updating citations, and on your About Us page having all of the relevant information. Yeah, toying with dedicated like LLM info pages, tested them out on a couple of my sites, and ChatGPT seems to be quoting my instructions on those pages. These are like pages where, like, about the company, which is the About Us page anyway. So I'd argue that you don't need to do anything crazy scientific to show ChatGPT. ChatGPT is using Bing's index, right? So just submit your website to Bing Search Console, make sure the sitemap XML and things like that are working, easily crawlable. I like to have an XML sitemap, a HTML sitemap, and just make things accessible, link to things that are important, cross-link to make sure that you're teaching the search engines about important pages, supporting pages, info pages, and things like that. I think so much clickbait going on with this AEI, AEO, GEO. Under the hood, it's just basic SEO.